Wow, what a incredible season for anime, folks. With a lot of the slew of anime coming out, there's a lot of good ones out there, and this one is no exception. Zankyou no Terror, or Terror in Resonance, is a very, very intriguing anime at the very least. So right from the get-go, before we talk about anything in this pilot episode, let us talk about the art direction in this anime. Wow, blown away. This anime is absolutely beautiful to look at. One of the most gorgeous and most beautifully animated anime I have ever seen. Definitely right up there, for especially since it's an anime series and not an anime like movie kind of thing. Like, this is really on par with like a lot of higher quality anime out there, especially when you consider anime movies. In terms of anime series, this is almost unmatched. This has a very, very good art style in my opinion. It looks absolutely gorgeous. And honestly, the first episode is worth watching just to take a look at that art style alone. But with that out of the way, let us talk about the actual anime itself. So, the first pilot episode is very confusing. It asks me more questions than it answers, I guess. It leaves me with just a bunch of questions that I have that rather than sort of getting any answers. For example, why the main characters? The names are Arata Kokone, or Kokonoe, sorry, and then Toji Hisami. That's their undercover names. Their real names are 9 and 12. A lot of people are speculating that's a reference to 9/11, because essentially what this anime seems to be about is these two guys that I just said, 9 and 12, or Arata and Toji, are terrorists. That's what it seems like anyway. They commit terrorist attacks. And this first episode was very just sort of mind-blowing, seeing how they went about everything with the whole, the bears and stuff sort of like melting and causing a fire and exploding that entire building and everything like that. And what's even crazier is the fact that they uploaded a video to YouTube, I guess would be the quotations I'm looking for here for this anime, is because the detectives in the show are, watching some video of these guys that are predicting something crazy gonna happen or something like that. And of course, in typical, fashion, they're just like, yeah, whatever, just some stupid kids. And then what they said in the video actually started becoming true. So I'm getting some Death Note vibes here. Not necessarily, an exact premise, but sort of that detective versus, terrorizer kind of deal, like an L and Light sort of relationship. It can be this group of terrorists and 9 and 12 and like the detectives and stuff. I think that could be really fucking cool. Like the detectives trying to decipher exactly what the videos mean and just like causing a state of panic within everybody. This anime has huge potential to do something absolutely insane. But now let's talk about the characters themselves. So, Arata, or 9, or Arata, however you want to say it, he seems to be very calm, cool, and collected character. However, midway through the show, he actually wakes up from a night terror that is, I guess, a reoccurring night terror, where it seems that somebody he knew was dying or like got burned alive, or maybe there was some other sort of terrorist attack that went on where, one of his friends died. They talked about some sort of institute that they used to go to as kids or something like that. So maybe it was that institute that caused that kid to die, and this is why they're doing terrorist things. Or it could be really anything, but he has a real emotional baggage towards this, and it ends up causing him reoccurring night terrors. And 12, his, I guess, persona, I guess they really are not necessarily like this. This is their fronts that they put on for the other people. He's more like energetic and outgoing. They're essentially polar opposites. However, when it got down to the terrorizing, he seemed like he knew what he's doing. He's like that outgoing character, but he's not like the stupid outgoing character that's gonna like fuck everything up. No, these guys know what they're doing. 9 and 12 know exactly what they're doing. And now there's also the other character named Lisa Mishima. Now, this character seems to be just a very self-conscious character in her own right. And right in the beginning, right when we first see her, she's actually getting bullied by some other schoolgirls. And essentially what ends up happening is right before they're about to execute their terrorist attack, 9 and 12 are about to execute their terrorist attack, Toji, or 12, sees Lisa, and then he gives her one of the little bears that can melt or whatever, and it turns out that he actually gave her that so that way they can decide on whether or not they want to save her or just kill her instantly, since those things would sort of like melt and then catch fire, and then she would die. And then the coolest part happens. They call Lisa and then essentially say, you know what, it's your choice, no pressure, but you essentially die right there, or you become an accomplice to our terrorist attack. That's essentially what it was. And she's like, I don't want to fucking die. So at the end of the episode, Lisa has become an accomplice, and she is now with 9 and 12. End episode. Essentially, the cops end up seeing, oh, this might be some serious stuff or whatever. But essentially, that's the end of the episode. They're all together now. What's going to happen next? Nobody knows. But this anime has potential to be awesome. This is going to be a mystery anime, a psychological anime. I'm going to put it up there. If I had to take a guess, it can go the route of like Death Note. Hopefully it doesn't mess up like Death Note did. But it can do something similar to what Death Note did. If it can have like all the crazy parts, of something that's sort of like Death Note brought, then this could be a really cool anime. I have a feeling they're going to go their own way. They're going to do everything completely unique. The art style is absolutely amazing in this anime, and I highly recommend you guys give it a watch. Have you seen Terror in Resonance? If you have, let me know what you thought in the comment section down below. If you haven't seen it, did this summary sort of excite you for it? Are you going to go watch it now? Let me know in the comment section down below. Leave a like rating if you enjoyed this video. It motivates me to do more and more and more anime reviews, and it just helps me out a ton. If this is your first time watching this video, consider hitting the subscribe button for more anime reviews and the such. This has been Omega Pro, and I will see you guys next time. Thank you for watching.